And welcome everybody from around the country. Jim Lutz here. I am the sales and personal development trainer for New You, the company that we're talking about. I'm here in San Diego. As you can see, it is a bright day out here in San Diego, bright and sunny, and I'm at home. So where else could I be? Nowhere, because I'm at home. Like the rest of you, we're all at home. So we're gonna make it a happy home. And I've got some very, very special guests tonight. I want you all to listen very closely. I'm gonna ask you a favor. I want you to turn your news off. I want you to turn Facebook off. I want you to turn anything else off and listen very closely to this training. I'm going to start by showing you a way to where I can answer a question that's commonly asked. And it's common, so there are no crazy questions. I was brand new in this business. I asked every conceivable question you could imagine. Heck, I couldn't even spell MLM. You know, I tried to spell it backwards and it came out the same way. I was confused. I asked my upline, they clarified it for me, and off I went. So here we go, lead generation, right? What does that mean? Well, people always say, I want leads. And there's a bunch of misconceptions on what a lead is to a person. Some people think it's somebody that's ready to sign up. Some people think it's somebody that's interested. Some people think it's somebody that's interested specifically in this company or this product. Well, here's the thing. If you look at a lot of leads, not all of them, but if you look at a lot of leads out there, a lead is a commodity, correct? Well, in order to fulfill the demand for that commodity, they need to do what? They need to create a generic enough landing page or generic enough advertisement to get people to what? To respond. Then they sell those leads in many cases to multiple people, but they're responding to something with no specificity, which is fine, but they also really have no idea that there's what it takes, right? So I'm going to joke here with you guys. You guys know me. I like to joke around a lot, right? So if I ran an ad that said, invest $1,000, work hard for a year and a half, I probably wouldn't have any leads, would I? But I might have three, but those are three really good ones, right? Because they're targeted versus somebody that is looking for something for nothing. Now, I'm going to talk about lead gen real quick, and then I'm going to introduce you to some very special people. Lead generation, self-lead generation. So I was asked today and yesterday and last week and last month, Jim, where do I find people to talk to? Well, this little device that we're staring into now is a portal to literally millions. That's where you find them. Millions right through this thing right here. I could reach over here and I could type in a category, a profession, a location, and guess what's going to pop up? A bunch of links, right? Guess what is on the other side of that link? A human being, right? With a contact form or a Facebook message or a LinkedIn message, right? So very easy. Now, the reason self-generated leads are very effective is they cost you nothing, squat. They cost you nothing, but there's an investment of time. So you delegate part of your time toward generating your leads, part of your time to responding to your leads. They go into your pipeline. Watch the pipeline training. They go into your pipeline, and then you collect a decision out the other side. Rinse and repeat. That's all this business is. So one way you can do it, I went over this a couple of weeks ago, is you can, let's say that you were going to, and this is a little redundant if you were on the table or on the training, but we have a lot of new people, so I want them to hear this if they haven't gone back and watched it. You know, we did a promotion for restaurant service workers, and it also includes hairdressers. It also includes esthetician, you know, bartenders, waiters, waitresses, the people that are week to week, tip-oriented, minimum wage. They're in a bad state right now, and it's sad. You know, because nobody saw this coming, and poof, in 1 week, you know, I know we're shut down here in a lot of cities across the country. So people go, well, Jim, I know this one waitress named Tracy. Okay, now let's use our little bit of what? Self-lead gen intuition. What if you went to Facebook and you said bartender groups? Boom, there's bartender groups with 30,000 bartenders. 30,000, and there's probably 6 of them with 6,000, 1,000, 2,000, 14,000. Same with hairdressers, same with waitresses. There's groups for any profession you can find, right? No, they're not going to let you post in the group a solicitation. So you never want to do a solicitation. You want to do an invitation because we have something to help them. Never be embarrassed about helping a person. Never be embarrassed about helping a person. If I gave somebody a used car that I had, and I gave it to them, I'm helping them with their transportation. If I gave somebody an opportunity to purchase at 20% below wholesale, a protection pack to protect their immune system, am I doing something to them or for them? I'm doing something for them. You got to make yourself feel good as you are the person, the conduit toward a solution to the problem you already know. Here's the key. You already know they're experiencing right now. So if I showed a service worker, waiter, waitress, bartender, hairdresser, hairstylist, barber, esthetician, if I showed one of them a way to make their rent, say their rent's $500 a month, might not be where I'm at or where these ladies are at, but say it's $500 a month, whatever it is, then are you doing something for them or to them? For them. They're looking. They don't know what else they can do. They can't go re-educate and go get a job. There's no jobs to be had, and they don't have the skills to do anything other than what they've been doing for 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. They're looking for something to do from where? Where they're stuck. Where are they stuck? Home. What do we have? A home-based business. It is the perfect storm. So where do you find them? You have to look for them. Where do you find a deer if you're going deer hunting? You have to look for them. Where are you finding a mate if you want a mate? Other than, some people that are, getting inundated, coming with the influx, you have to go look for them, right? So what do you have? If you want to buy a new jacket, you have to go look for it. So yeah, you're going to go ahead and self-generate. You're going to delegate a part of your time, a part of your morning, a part of your day, an hour, whatever you have, to generating the leads, right? And stay very focused. And you're going to do that with private messages on Facebook, a voice message or a text message. And all you're doing, if you're on Facebook, and I've said this on multiple trainings, find a commonality with the person. If they have a picture of them with a dog, mention that you have a dog. Courtney, you have a cat. You see that they have a cat? Mention, oh, I see you're a cat lover. Build some form of rapport very quickly, and then you can simply ask them something to the effect of, hey, I know your industry was hit very hard recently. And I feel bad about that. I know a lot of people in the same position. Would you be open to something if I could show you how to make an extra $1,000 a month from home? Now, how many of those messages could I send in a day? 20, 30, 40, 50? That's my lead gen, right? So you can go hairstylist groups. There's probably a dozen hairstylist groups on Facebook. Don't post. They won't let you. Go to the comments and find the people that commented. Click on their profile. That'll take you to their personal Facebook page. That's where you send the message. No, you do not need to be friends on Facebook to send the message. You do not. All right? So, all right, now we've got the service workers and the estheticians and the hairstylists. Okay, so there's 20,000 people to contact. For all the people that ask me, where do I find people to contact? Let's go to the next one. What's another industry that's being hit very hard and is chock full of ambitious people for the most part, statistically? Wouldn't you like to have access to ambitious people that are looking for something right now? Boy, wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be a gold mine? Real estate agents. They're not doing a lot of open houses right now. I know a lot of them, right? Guess what? You think maybe on Facebook there's groups that say real estate agents? Dozens and dozens and dozens of, probably 300,000 real estate agents collectively in those groups. Add in LinkedIn, probably 500,000. Add in Google, probably 2 million. Well, Jim, what do you mean by Google? Where do I find real estate agents on Google? Real estate agents, Los Angeles. Boom, here they come. Scroll past the ads, there they are. Bill Wilson's Realty. Click on there, goes to Bill Wilson's website. Click on Contact Us. Boom, either his email or a contact form comes up. Hi, Bill. How are you? I'm an entrepreneur. I'm just reaching out to you. I know it's tough times for everybody. We're expanding a company across the country that allows people to work from home and can make some significant bridge income during this time. Just say significant. Don't mention a number, right? We also have a product that helps the body boost its immune system. I'm just expanding my business, trying to help people that are out there. Do you or anyone you know would be interested in looking at this? You're not making anybody doing anything. You're gauging for interest, right? Like, for instance, I could go out and you hear me use the martial arts example because I have a karate background, but I'll go out and I could go, do you want to take karate? No. You know, I've always wanted to take the martial arts. Come on over here. Come to the class. No, yes. Come on over here. You know, can my wife take self-defense lessons? Yeah, come on over here. You're sorting. Amateurs try to convince. Professional networkers sort. I don't worry if they want to do it or not. I'm simply looking for people that want to do it. I'm looking for people for whom this is the right thing to be doing right now in their life and nothing else and no one else. For the people that want to purchase this product as an adjunct product to help their health and nobody else. So see how the pressure comes off of you of like, how do I get them in? What do I say? If they want in, they'll tell you, right? You're going to answer their questions. And how are you going to do that? There's two ways to do that. If they express interest and you're brand new and you don't know what to say, right? You can send them your website, right? And you can schedule a follow-up call with them. When you do a follow-up call, you're going to do a three-way call. It is the most underutilized, yet most important tool in network marketing, because that's how you're going to listen and learn. Everybody ever go to a restaurant back in the day when we could go to restaurants? You would see what? A waiter with this other human being following him around, right? This guy didn't say anything. He's listening and learning how to wait on a table. That's the three-way call. Let your sponsor, let your upline, let somebody above them do that call for you so you can listen and learn. They're gonna hear the same 8 questions over and over and over. I've heard them for 29 years over and over and over and over. So I got it. I can know how to answer the questions. You can go ahead and listen and learn, just like when I learned, right? Then, as I listen and learn, what happens? Duplication using the 1, 2, 3 system. Now what happens? Now when I sign somebody up, who do they get on a three-way? Me. Then who do they get on? That person, that person. And you create depth of duplication. Tell, show, try, do. Tell them what you're going to do. Show them how to do it. Let them try it, and then let them do it. Tell them what you're going to do, right? Show them how to do it. Here's how you do it. Let them try it, and you're there to jump in, right? So another way you can do this, if you want, here's a little great secret way to do this too. It doesn't matter. Can't say the wrong thing to the right person. Can't say the right thing to the wrong person. Here's a way to do this. I like when somebody responds off of a message, I like to say, they'll say, can you send me info, right? Well, of course I can, right? I like to say, yeah, I'm happy to, but I'd like to tell you the situation first, and then I'll get you all the information you need. See, a situation, they don't know what you're talking about, and I'm gonna say it's not on any info I can send. So their curiosity to get on the phone. Why do I do that? I do that because your voice has inflection, your voice has emotion, your voice can maneuver through commonality. You hear a dog in the back. Oh, you have a dog? Yeah, what kind of dog? I have a German Shepherd. Oh my God, I had a German Shepherd growing up. My neighbor has you create rapport much faster to where you become a likable person first. Then you say, hey, listen, I just wanted to let you know, I saw you lived in Dallas, Texas. I used to go to Del Frisco's in Dallas all the time. Whatever it is you come up with, right? That's true. And you just say, listen, let me get you this information, but I wanted to let you know something. I'm really excited to work with you and build Dallas. I would really like to team up with you, but I'll leave that up to you. You see, you bonded to the person a little bit. Be the human. If they could just join with a push of a button, they can quit with a push of a button, right? But what's going to hold your business together is the relationships that you create in your business. Not the comp plan, not the products, not the management, not the Zoom webinars. What's going to hold your business together is that relationship, because before they can join another company, they have to leave their friends. I have the lowest attrition rate in every single organization I've ever built, because in San Diego, I'd take them out when we could go out. I'd take them out and I'd say, hey guys, why don't you come up, bring your significant other, leave your wallets at home. I'm going to buy drinks tonight for everybody up here. And I created a culture outside of the business, like a softball team. I created a culture to where they didn't want to leave the business because they didn't want to leave the culture. So it helped them overcome some of those hiccups from the neck up, right? That doubt and everything else. So move them to a three-way call. Last point on this. And I'll bookend it at the end. I guys want you to understand something is that a three-way call has a secondary purpose. Let's say I signed up a guy named Brian and I said, okay, Brian, your job is to put people in front of me. And I show him how to reach out to people. He does the 1, 2, 3 system. That's everybody that would recognize his face. He does it fast because he wants to hit the elite bonus. And I say, Brian, your job is to put people in front of me. I'll give the presentation for you. Of course, they can use the online presentations. Of course, they can use the website and the videos. But I want them to put them in front of me. Why? Because I'm able to give the presentation more effectively, probably, so he can listen and learn. What's the other reason? Because if he never puts anybody in front of me, I start to question, is he really doing anything? Because, yeah, maybe not a week. Yeah, maybe not 2 weeks. But how can you go 2 months and not put somebody in front of me? I mean, the numbers just are almost impossible, even if you're doing 2 a day, right? So it gives you a monitoring system so you can water the seeds that already sprouted, okay? So I guys want, most of you know that I have a background in personal development, motivational speaking, and the human mind, and all the other stuff. And, it's probably at play now more than ever because a lot of people, by no fault of their own, don't really know how to handle adversity. And you've seen this long before the Corona thing. You've seen they just don't have that coping mechanism to do that, and that's okay. That's why we're here too. That's why friends are there. That's why people are there. That's why support mechanisms are there. But I want to introduce you to some people right now that I am so impressed with that They have available to them every excuse known to man. Now, if I put every excuse on the table, valid, how many people would take that excuse and use it? I'm always in awe of people in this industry that have more excuses available than anybody else, and they don't use one of them. But they're there. Everyone would understand if they did use them, but they don't. And so I want you to draw some inspiration, motivation, and some tenacity from what these women are going to talk about today. Because the first person I'm going to go to in a minute, I want to tell you where they're at. If you're familiar at all with this coronavirus, I hope you don't watch the news every 15 minutes. But if you're familiar with this, there's something called an epicenter in the United States. The epicenter in the United States is growing at a much faster rate than anywhere the rest of you live. Anywhere, me too, anywhere. It's New York City. New York City, like Manhattan. New York City. It is spiraling out of control there. Yes, it will pass. But what if you lived there? What if you were exposed at a level to this situation that nobody else in the entire United States is? Do you think you might have a reason to quit or hold off or stall? I'm telling you, my admiration just pours through this computer right now because I wouldn't blame anybody if they did that. Really, I wouldn't. But I'm going to introduce you to the first person, and she's out in New York City, and she has two of her team members. Guess where they're located? In New York City as well. And they haven't stopped or touched that brake pedal one time. And I'd like for them to share how it is that you can face something like an epicenter of this virus that's out there and still be able to build a new you business. So let's go first to Tina Sanchu. Tina, can you take a few minutes and share with everybody? Say hi.
Of course. Hello, everyone. And that adoration that you poured out of the computer, I felt it. So thank you, and thank you for having me. What was the question, Jim?
Well, the question is, you're in the epicenter of New York City, and it's all around you, literally, and not only on the news, but literally if you walked outside, I mean, you're right in the middle of it. So share with some people how you're managing to move pro packs in a world where everybody tells me after the virus is gone, nobody has any money now, nobody wants to do this, and you are right in the middle of the worst. I mean, God bless you, you're in the middle of the worst, though, the worst of the worst. Share with people how you work that attitude.
Okay, so I joined New You back in November, and one of the things that I always had stuck in my mind is that I feel that it is my moral obligation to share what New You has to offer with anyone and everyone, because it's something that I feel that can help anyone and everyone, especially now. So I go back to that conviction that I had that it's my moral obligation and it's my duty to do this, especially now that so many people are suffering. It's like I have water, there's someone on the floor dying and they need water, and I'm not giving it to them because I don't like my shirt, or I don't like how I look today, or whatever excuse can come up. And some of them can be valid. So the water is the opportunity, either in health, for their immunity, for their anxiety, because a lot of people have that now, and also the financial opportunity, because I don't look at the news, but I did see something on social media today that said that over 6 million people this week filed for unemployment. So that tells me that there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of people out there that need money, and they are going to have a bigger issue in 3-4 months. So I know when the seeds are planted now, the rewards come later. So them joining later is not going to help them as much as if they can join right now. So that's the first thing. And then I always have to go back to this because I fall prey to it sometimes, is that I can sometimes, when I am not in the mood to do something or I'm feeling fearful, is that I start making decisions for other people. Like, oh, that person's not going to do it because of this, or that person is going through something right now, or they had a death in the family, or whatever it is. And I have to remind myself that people can make their decisions for themselves. They're old enough to make their own decisions. And that is not my job. My job is to share this incredible opportunity in the form of health, especially now with the protection pack. Everybody needs to create that immunity more than ever, and we have that. So why would I not give that to someone, something that could save their life? Because it really can, right? And it could save their loved one's life. It's like withholding that just feels really, really wrong, especially now. And the financial opportunity also. I know so many people that are not going to have a place to live in 3 months. They're going to be evicted. I know people that don't have money for food. I know people that just are, it's just so bad. And I have something that can help them. So I just always, I'm going back to that more and more. And I think now more than ever, I need to not think about myself and be of service and give the opportunity to anybody that wants to take it. And going back to what you said earlier, I am doing something for them. I'm not doing anything to them. So I have those things written down and I go back to it to remind myself, because sometimes when I get up, I don't want to contact people. I don't want to speak to anyone. But I also want to come out of this crisis with a lot of money and having helped a lot of people do the same thing. So I don't want to, 3-4 months from now, when everyone's going through a lot of hell with the financial stuff, I don't want to be one of those people. And also, I also think, lots of alsos here, I think that people realize now more than ever that they need to have a plan B. Because we talk about it, suppose something goes wrong. Well, it's gone wrong for everyone. So I think this experience is so anchored in. People can really see, like, yeah, I need to do this. I need to have this. It's not just a story that we were all talking about. One day something might happen. It's happening. So I think when people join now, also there's more purpose and they would work the business better, and they have something anchored into themselves where they will remember, like, when they don't want to do the business or when they don't feel like it. Wait a minute, remember the coronavirus? Like, we are vulnerable to things. So those are the little things that I have just been reminding myself of. And also, yesterday I had a death in my family and I felt really crappy. And you know what I did? I went into the New You Facebook group. I looked at 4 of your trainings. I took notes in my book and I reviewed them, and I went online and I put a Facebook post out for anybody that wants a financial opportunity. I had about 15 people message me, people even texting me and screenshotting it to my phone. I want to know what this is about. So there are people out there that are interested, and I think now more than ever it is a greater opportunity. So to inspire myself, I go back and I look at your trainings. I just keep on connecting and sharing with people. And what I found yesterday also is when I was feeling really down and I started sending those messages and people are responding, I got really excited. And I signed up for a Pro Pack the other day. I spoke to someone for 10 minutes on the phone. She wanted the protection pack. I just said, it's a great idea. And she said, later on, maybe I'll join. And you know what? She ended up joining in a few hours, not even questioning the money, saying, I don't have it, I don't know. There are a lot of people out there that have money. Not everybody was in the stock market. I know people also that have had vacations planned that got canceled. I'm one of them. Lots of things, events, birthdays, weddings that they had money put away for, that they can use that money now and invest in themselves and invest in their future and invest in their health. So we have everything that is needed right now in the world. And for me to withhold that from people is like a sin. That's just how I feel about it. So that inspires me to keep going no matter what is happening around me, because what's happening around me, I cannot control. I can only control how I react and what I do. And how I can control it in a way is to actually help people get through it in the best way that they can. And when I get out of this, I just really want to have a lot of money. So that's another reason.
Well, you know, Tina, our hearts go out to you. I mean, across the country for your loss, and our admiration goes out to you. I'm speaking for everybody on the Zoom for your tenacity, your drive, your focus, your ability to weather some pretty serious storms around you and within you. And so we're blessed to have you. And, you know, I know you're a mentor to many, and I'm going to kick it over now to a wonderful member of your team, also in the Epicenter in New York, and a wonderful woman. I've had the good fortune of getting to know her over the phone, as I've done a lot of three-way calls and conference calls with you. So Courtney McMillan, can you go ahead and share for a couple minutes kind of how you stay focused in the middle of all this?
Well, there's a lot of different ways. One, I guess that I just have such amazing teammates and an amazing leader. Tina is, you just saw her speak for about like 10 minutes. She's great and she just pumps the motivation into us. And when I see her succeeding and meeting her goals, it gives me the inspiration to do it for myself. The other thing is that, with the well, not the entire job market, but a lot of things collapsing, I'm just so grateful that we do have some type of opportunity. Like, so why not build it up? There's a lot of people who are in the dark right now who have lost their jobs or are going to lose their homes and who are really struggling financially, who don't know where to turn. And I'm so grateful that I do have something in front of me that I can start to really build up. So it just gives me motivation, and just seeing the hardship really around me right now. I don't. I want to be one of the people who is anchored in something good, and I can extend that out to someone else. I can't do that if I'm not working with my team and if I'm not building it up myself. So in this really dark time, I just want to be a little bit of light in the world. I guess the last thing would just be that I really believe in the business. I think we have an amazing, amazing product. I've gotten a lot of feedback from people who have sampled the product. They love it. And it just feels so good to be associated with a company that, I don't, that's the where the product is just superior. Like, do you really have to speak if you're a car salesman and you're selling a BMW, or you're associated with BMW? Do you really have to sell the BMW? The BMW kind of sells itself. That's how I feel about being a part of New You. Like, uh people, as soon as they see the energy that the company has, the energy that my team has, my leader, you, Jim, Tina, Claudia, my team, people are excited to learn more. So
Well, thank you so much. And, again, I mean, I echo the same thing your authenticity, your transparency, and your heart. As much as I've known you even before this, just over the phone and on calls, your heart shines through, and we appreciate that because it's a contribution to the kind of culture and company that we want to build. And so I'm going to go to one more, and guess where she's at? New York City. All you guys are in that epicenter, and I mean, it's just amazing, your attitudes, and independently and collectively. So let's go over to Claudia Marilando. Or Claudia, are you online with us? Are you here? There you
Yes.
are. Look at smiling and happy. Yeah, it's just amazing what you ladies do. And I know you're right there in New York, right?
Yes.
And weathering that storm. And how do you just share with the people on how you have every reason that you could say after this blows over, I'm in the middle of this, you don't understand what's going on, I'm in New York. How do you just keep going through all of this?
Well, I wanted to say hello to everyone and thank you, Jim. So basically, I started using the CBD products first. And as a brand partner, I joined like a month ago, or a little over a month ago. So it's been a very interesting time because all these issues started coming up recently. But just like Tina said, this is basically like a plan B. So in between everything that I was doing, I found that this is actually something that is helping people right now because it's a way to keep your immune system healthier and stronger. And this is basically what we all need here in New York and anywhere else, because that's the way to stay healthy and to avoid getting sick or even dying from this virus. So I find this product to be really good for all of us. And also, the way to keep myself going is not just because I believe in the product, but in the company and all the assistants that we have. Like Courtney said, Tina is a great leader. She's always like helping us. She's always giving us videos to learn from and just giving us a lot of feedback in how we should approach things and how to do it, how to make it work the best. So basically that's what we do. I stay away from news. News is really not very helpful. And just concentrating in learning about the product, learning about from the videos, your videos, and talking to people, sending it on Facebook or just sending it to friends, and then just going from there.
Yeah, no, you're doing just a tremendous job. And, you know, if there's one common thread that, you know, well, first of all, yeah, watching the news. You know, if I turn the news on right now, your city is the first thing I'm going to see. If anybody in Kansas or Nebraska or Miami or Seattle, Dallas turns on the news, your city is the first thing they're going to see. So once again, I can't say it enough. I applaud you and all of your comrades there, just for, I mean, you have all the excuses. You don't take one of them. I mean, very rarely do you see people like that in life. They're always grabbing on to as soon as this passes. Is you guys just keep on moving through. And, you know, as a company, we're one big family. There's no cross line, anything. Everybody's there to help everybody. And I'm going to book in the call just by kind of echoing what everybody said. Everybody on here, when you're on this Zoom, I know we've got people from all over the country and outside the country. These ladies shared with you the same thing that you've heard before. And oftentimes it comes all the way back around, full circle, into doing one thing. And you heard them say it, no matter if you're in New York, and that is contact people. That is the job that you have. That is your business as an entrepreneur, is to contact people. If you're not contacting people, then there's nobody to ever do a three-way with, and your business really isn't growing. So you can overly simplify it. You don't need to know what to say because the three-way call will say it for you. You see, it is a well-heeled system based on a 1-2-3 system. If they're interested in the business for the Cafe Canna or the CBD, we've got hourly webinars at the top of the hour that they can watch that are specifically on how the system works. So this company has all the tools, all the systems. You can self-generate leads, and you can target that self-generation, like I said, to ambitious people. You can find groups of entrepreneurs. You can find groups of CBD enthusiasts. You can find groups of real estate agents. You can find groups of hairstylists. You can find groups in your town. So there's millions, hundreds and thousands of millions of people to contact. But I wanted these women to share with you how it's easy to find a reason to do something, and it's easy to find a reason not to do something, right? So you want to keep your why and your goals in front of you. What is your goal? How many pro packs are you going to add to your organization the first 2 weeks of this month? It has to be there up here before it can be here, before it can be in your downline, in your back office. So it's not a weak wish, it's a definitive goal. And if you want to reach out to me or anybody else, I'll help you with that. But without goals, it's like building a house without a blueprint. You've got to know where you're at. You've got to know what rank you are. You've got to know what the next rank is. And you can learn this. Nothing is hard. But what it happens is, I've dealt with a lot of people through adversity in life. I've had my own. It gives me, and I think it's probably helping these ladies in New York, it gives you a detachment that has a positive outcome. You know, in other words, when everything's going on, it gives you something to focus on. It gives you something when you get that text message saying, you know what, the product has changed my life. Thank you for showing me a way to make an extra $1,000, $2,000 a month, or even $2,000 almost in your first week. We have everything. We have the solution. And if you heard that message before I let you go, you're not doing, listen to all these ladies. They all said the same thing in different ways. They're here to serve others. They're here. It would be a travesty not to share these products. Imagine you could help somebody and you didn't help them. Imagine you had somebody that just wants $800 a month. You had a way for them to do that from home and you didn't show them. So you really got to go in and do a checkup from the neck up on yourself and say, what's holding me back from helping other people? Because you're holding yourself back. And if there's a reason, we'll help you with it. But you know what? Together, all of us collectively, exponentially, can touch hundreds of thousands of lives. And like Tina said, come out of this with a pretty significant income yourself. All predicated, all based on doing things for people, helping them with their health, helping their family, helping them with their income, helping them in a job transition. So it's perfect timing. You just want to make sure you invest your time like you all are doing right now, right? There's a lot of people that could be on here right now, probably aren't on here. You're investing your time. If you invest your time, you can get a return on that investment. If you spend your time, there's no return on that investment because you didn't invest it. So A salute to all of you. A salute to all the brand partners across the country for taking the time to tune in. Let's get busy. Let's double our volume in April. Let's show the industry as a whole what a company with the right heart in the right place, with the right products, with the right comp plan, the right training, and the right brand partners can do, right? We're going to set the bar. We're going to set the example for other people to follow. So good night, everybody, from San Diego all the way across the country to New York. Thanks. Bye-bye.